welcome back to my lecture series. This is Muthuminal, Assistant Professor from the Department of Agricultural Engineering at SNS College of Technology. Today we'll see about soil water retention that comes under the unit Soil Water Tension and Measurement of Soil Water under the subject Irrigation and Drainage Engineering for the students of third year, sixth semester. Let us have a small recap what and all we have seen at the previous lecture series. As we all know that how the water can be trapped by the plant and what is the amount of water that is available for the plant under the root zone, and also we have seen about the movement of water through the soil. Today we'll see about soil water retention. This is the continuity of the previous class. The soil usually holds moisture due to their colloidal properties and aggregate qualities. That means that every soil particle together will form a pore, and that pore will be capable of holding the water that is applied over it. So this holding capacity is said to be as soil water retention. The water is held on the surface of the colloids and other particles and in the pores. The forces that are responsible for retention of water in the soil, that is after the drainage due to the gravity has been stopped, are surface tension and surface attraction, and are described in terms of different energy concepts. This force with which the water is held is also termed as suction force. So, usually the water holding capacity of the soil is directly proportional to that of the suction force, since this surface tension and surface attraction plays a major role in holding these kinds of water. So, this could be termed it as retention period of time. Here, as I have shown here, this is the water holding capacity of soil. So the effect of soil structure, texture plays a major role. As you guys can know that the coarse sand, that is the normal coarse sand, will have a pore capacity which are in dry condition, as the first layer has been shown here. So if that's the case, what happens here in the sense, the water holding capacity and the available water for that holding capacity is very high under the condition of coarse sand, while compared to that of the consolidated sands like silt, clay and loam, because the pore or the white space that is available and the clay, silt and loam is very low, because these kinds of soils are very consolidated or compacted. So the white space or the pore size that is available is very low. While drastically, while comparing the availability of pore size at the coarse sand, the pore size will be very bigger, so that the holding capacity is very large when compared to that of the other kinds of soil. So here, as you all know that the retentions are basically melt with two ways. That is, the first retention way that is capable of while dependent upon the cohesion and adhesion force. This cohesion and adhesion force are the two basic forces that are responsible for water retention of the soil. One is the attraction of molecules for each other, that is said to be as cohesion force, and the other is the attraction of water molecules for the soil surface of the soil, that is adhesion. So it means that cohesion is nothing but same molecule will attract each other, but adhesion is nothing but the water molecules will attract towards the solid surface of the soil, that is other kinds of particles. By adhesion, the solids hold water molecules rigidly at the soil water interfaces, and these water molecules will in turn hold by cohesion, and together these forces will make it possible for the soil solids to retain the water. So here it is, you have to have an illustrative manner or think it of an illustrative manner, that the soil surface is reacting with the water particles. As you all know that cohesion and adhesion forces has to act up in a very cyclic manner. Under cohesion forces, the same molecules, for instance water molecules, attract each other, and under adhesion forces these water molecules will be attracted by the solid surface, that is soil. So altogether, the water holding capacity will be increased when these kinds of forces are available at the soil surface. Here is the illustrative manner that I have said now. Due to the polar or charged object, the cohesion and adhesion forces act towards each other and which will help us to retain the water that is available under soil. So the next retention way is nothing but surface tension. This phenomena is commonly evident at water-air interfaces. The water behaves as its surface is covered with a stretched elastic membrane. At the surface, the attraction of the air for the water molecule is much less than that of the water molecules for each other. So consequently, there is a net downward force on the surface molecules, resulting in sort of compressed film at the surface. This phenomena is said to be as surface tension. So it is really necessary for you all to make a note of that. When there has to be a water retention time under soil, then it has to be dependent upon main two forces, that is cohesion and adhesion forces, and the second component is surface tension. So here at the picture I have shown you that higher energy of boundary molecules are facing towards the air. Due to the resultant force into the inner phase, it is moving towards the downwards direction and it reaches the soil surface. So this is how the surface retention takes place. This is what I have prepared for today's class. If you guys can have any kinds of doubt or anything, meet me anytime or ping me anytime. See you at the next class. Thank you.